I was driving in the right lane, and for everyone listening, if you don't know this, the right lane, I feel like we don't have this rule in Australia, or people don't understand.
Oh, it's definitely it's an unspoken rule.
No,
Everyone
but
knows.
like I don't know if everyone knows, because if you drive in,
keep left unless overtaking. It's fucking signs on the freeway when you drive to Adelaide.
Yeah, but people do not abide by it.
Yeah.
It's I know it. If you drive overseas, people know it. Like if you drive, if you're in, if you're in the in Europe itself,
people overseas they do 200k an hour.
Yeah, but like, if you are in the most outer lane, so for us it's the right lane, overseas it's the left lane, and you're driving like the speed limit, people are up your ass high beaming, saying like move, like this is the overtaking lane, like get out the way. You know what I mean? And rightly so. I agree with that. I think that's great. And this morning I was doing a little bit over in the right lane, and I was, cruising down, and I look up in my mirror and I see a car right behind me.
What type of car was it?
It was a BMW X4 and X3 or X5 or something.
Yeah,
new one. And I thought, this might be a cop. I haven't seen. I don't like. I just looked up.
Yeah, they do drive the highway.
Yeah, and I thought first glance, and I've seen this guy behind me. Didn't see him coming. Don't know where he came from. And I just first glance, and I saw him, and I thought, I'll move out of the way. You know what I mean? So I move out of the way, and he zooms past me, and I thought, sick. So I jumped back behind him, and I thought, they're going to catch him first. I'll follow him. And then he is driving down the right lane. I'm driving down the right lane. Not like flying, like he was just going a bit, like going, he was going somewhere. He was trying to get somewhere. And another car, it was like a Toyota Kluger. And hey, there's a lot of four-wheel drives in Australia.
Heaps, man.
Yeah, it's like everyone's like, it's like
more than sedans.
Yeah, it's wild. Like everyone's got a big car. Anyway, and then there's this Toyota Kluger. I think it was a Kluger. Oh, it might have been a RAV4, the new RAV4s or something. And he was in the right lane also, but he was doing like 80 because there's roadworks coming up. And he was doing like 80. And then this guy comes behind him and he gets stuck behind him. And he's like the guy wasn't like super tailgating, but like he was kind of like, hey, like, get it the fucking way. That was how I understood it. And for when he did it to me, I was like, yeah, of course. It was the right lane. Go for it, bro. Like, I was going fast. You're going to go faster than me, go. Like, well, your fucking road. Anyway, the guy wasn't moving, the Toyota. So we got a Toyota, a BMW, and then Robby in the Ranger. And the Toyota was not moving at all. And then the guy in the BMW went to overtake him in the left lane. And he went to overtake him, and then the guy in the Toyota...
No, don't. I'm going to leave.
Huh?
Are you going to say he sped up?
He did not speed up, dude.
I would be so upset if that happened.
He fucking lost it. Yeah. Like, lost his marbles, dude. He was. I was watching from the back.
I was going to say, if you could see that.
I could see him flipping out, dude. I could see him flipping out. And he flipped out so hard that when the BMW went to overtake him on the left, the BMW passed him and then smashed the brakes and slowed back down. Yeah. He was like, oh, you motherfucker. What'd you say? Like, and they were going at it on the freeway, dude. Yeah. And I'm watching this thing from behind and I'm thinking like, come on, guys. Like, it's nice morning. The sun is shining. It's blue skies. I had a really good sleep. Like, how are you so angry at being tailgated?
That's 7 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning.
I didn't get involved. I went all the way to the left, overtook them both, and just kept going. But it stuck with me because I was sitting there thinking, okay, like, how are you so, like, that person wasn't everything was handy dandy and they're wrapped, and then one person tailgated them and they flipped out. You know what I mean? That person obviously is unhappy about something, like something's really, really bothering them, and then that was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
I actually don't even think it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I reckon he would be acting like that in any situation like that.
Yeah, but doesn't that say like, hey man, like, you're not okay.
Think about, and I've been victim to this too, and I'm sure you have as well. Say you're driving and then like someone cuts you off. Say it's by accident, not even on purpose. They just cut you off. They didn't see you. And you've just lost your mind. You're on the horn. You're like, fuck this guy, and abusing him and finger out the window and all that sort of stuff. Have you ever done anything like that before?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, not really.
Really? Oh, no, surely you've said, look at this fuckwit or something. You've said, surely you have.
Oh, of course.
I know you
every
too
day.
well. Like, don't say what I mean.
Every
Right?
day.
But see how even in that instance, the fact that you are swearing at someone who probably doesn't even know you exist and probably doesn't even know they did anything wrong because they didn't see you there, and you're losing it. Like, how out of control are you of your emotions that you have to react in such a way? Do you know what I mean? That's what I think of now, and I heard that somewhere as well. And whenever, and just using driving as an example, I very rarely get road rage these days because it's like I feel like I'm now out of control. If I can't control my own emotions just because some bloke made a mistake, or woman, obviously woman, made a mistake driving. You heard it here first. Snip it,
Quick opportunity.
put it on the gram, and just
Get the reaction.
just get the likes and follows up. So I've lost my train of thought. Yeah. So how out of control are you and your emotions if you can't even just handle something like that? And then I take it outside of the car and go, all right, well, when something happens in the business, am I going to lose it every single time when something happens? You know, I had one of my employees wasn't doing something that they should be doing. It's part of their role. Okay. And I spoke to my GM about it. I said, hey, just highlighting to you, I sent him an email highlighting to you that this isn't getting done. And it's probably the 15th time I've told the guy to do it. All right. This is going to start to become a real issue. This is a real issue, not start to become. This is a real issue. And you need to start handling it. Long story short, he spoke to the employee, and then I'd spoken to him as well just about something else, and the employee brought it up. He goes, oh, look, I know I haven't been doing that. And he goes, blah, blah, blah. I said, listen. He goes, I know you're going to yell at me. I said, listen, Nick. Oh, there you go. You know who it is now. I said, listen, Nick, I'm not going to yell at you. All right? I'm not going to yell. It's not about me yelling at you and treating you like a little kid. I go, you know what you need to do. You know this is part of your role, and I'm paying you to do that role. And if you don't do that role, then why should I pay you to do it? You know, I'm just letting him sink in. Like, and as great as he is, like, he's a great employee and does really good stuff. And it's just one little element that lets him down. But hey, that's not fair that everyone else is doing everything and you get away without doing this one thing. Because that one thing can cost a lot of money. In the future,
dude,
it might be. But my point is, I'm getting at, I didn't lose my mind. Like, there was no point me yelling because I could have. I've told you 15 times to do this. You are useless. You are this. I could have lost my mind, but that wouldn't have got the desired result. I don't think it would. He'd be motivated by fear for a short amount of time. And then in the future, he'll probably forget or won't do it again or whatever it might be. Or maybe he'd be that disgruntled and say, well, I don't like this aspect of my job. I'm going to go find a new job. And I need him to finish a project for me now, and he leaves me halfway through. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no advantage for me being out of control, whereas I got a much better result out of me having a mature conversation with him. And even though that upset me, I didn't let it upset me. And I think that's pretty powerful shit when you can start fucking all aspects of your business, whether it's your business or your personal life.
Yeah, but like, I feel as though it's great when you have that level of awareness.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, I don't know who this guy was, but if I had a conversation with him, if we got him in there, I should have said, come to the podcast. Follow me. Follow me. Yeah.
Hold the sign up on you.
But if we had a conversation with him, I guarantee you he would sit there and defend his position.
Yeah,
he would be like, what do you mean? He fucking tailgated me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, he was up my ass.
Speeding.
What are you talking about?
He was speeding.
Yeah. That fucking wanker, blah, blah, blah. And he would start going off.
And then you go speak to the other bloke.
Yeah.
See, the other bloke as well was just, in all honesty, that other guy that was behind you initially, he's not in a good space either, because he did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he could have very easily just, look at this guy, just going slow, Saturday morning driver. Just pulled over to the left, gone in front of him, and then pulled back over to the right. He could have done that. Instead, he pulled over to the left, got in front of him, slammed the brakes to 60, and then started abusing him, and then started...
No, he didn't block him off.
Well, didn't you say you got in front and then slowed down?
He passed him. He was in it, so he'd passed him.
Yeah.
And then, because he saw him flipping out, he slowed back down, so they were next to each other.
Okay, but then even then.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he slowed back down. Like, why engage? So you could have just gone around.
That's what I did.
And kept...
I just went around both of them then.
Exactly. So like, both of them actually weren't in a good space. It's not just one of the other. They were actually both in a bad space mentally. And I'm sure if you got them in a room and started speaking to them, say they're on this podcast, I think the general consensus of their mindset would be a negative one. Oh, so what do you think about the economy right now? What industry are you in? I'm in, I'm a barista. And like, okay, so, you know, I own a cafe. He goes, oh, what's business like? Oh, mate, do you know how much coffee cups are these days? Do you know how much coffee is? Do you know how much I have to pay a barista these days? Like, I'm sure that would be the conversation, not, oh, what a life. I get to smell coffee every single day. What a life. I get free coffees all the time because it's my business.
Yeah.
You know, they wouldn't be thinking about things on the brighter side.
Why
And
though? What is it? So like, what's the underlying thing? Why was I able to not? And I'm not like not tooting my own horn.
I think
here.
I have the answer, but go.
Yeah. Why was I able to be like, huh, and just go around them?
Yeah.
And then they were like instantly. It's like the trigger was so small for them to have a reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not fucking Gandhi. Like,
Come on.
I am.
You are. Come on. I've seen you meditate.
No, do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't sit here and say that. And you know, there are moments where I will flip out about, or you know, crack the shit, or something will bother me way more than it should. You know what I mean? But in this moment, I just could not have cared less about them both.
Yeah.
I thought, what a story this is going to be on the podcast as I'm on my way in.
Yeah. I think there's a number of things. I think one is you're trained. I think that has to have something to do with it. And when I say trained, I mean like you've done a lot of personal development work. You've worked on yourself. You read a lot of books. You're intellectual. And your mind, you understand that your mind is a muscle and it's a powerful thing and you train it. Okay, so you're very well versed in that space. So you're not your first go-to emotion isn't gonna be anger, hate, resentment, spite. It's not gonna be that. I don't think you're gonna naturally be programmed that because you're consuming far too many positive things. You're reading a lot. You're learning stuff. Like you're also driven in an area and in a field that you're really pushing and dedicating a lot of your energy to, that you're not going to then take that energy and go put it into abusing someone on the road. So I think there's a level of that comes into play when it's why you don't act like that. But then it's like, okay, well, there's plenty of people that do the same thing that have businesses and whatever.
I would say heaps of people.
Yeah, and still lose their mind over stupid
I would say
shit.
people that are like brilliant people that are doing very well in their life.
Yep.
And they will still fucking flip out.
Well, it's so funny. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday and they were talking about this high-level executive that got a senior role. So he was in a senior role and then he got the top dog role. Let's just say GM of the business, whatever it might be. And this is a business that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. As soon as he got into the role, it went to his head in the sense of he started abusing people, like talking down to people, being very disrespectful, harassing people, taking things that he felt that he was entitled to, like a company car, like holidays that were gifted to people, he would take it, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, you would think that this person's going to be, you know, should be a leader, should be a person of abundance, but he went completely the opposite way. In a real senior role, looking after a business that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, he went the other way where he was, you know, negative, authoritarian, just all that sort of stuff. And it's like, well, what is happening in your life to think that you need to be that way or act that way?
With someone like that, I would dare say that person was always like that. If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.